Welcome to my views and news. The main news story is from the Oromia region of Ethiopia, where it seems that opposition politicians have decided to take on the government. Opposition politicians, Bekele Jawar remained largely silent in recent months after their release from prison in January this year, but now the two seem to have made up their mind to confront the government, though both are outside Ethiopia. Details for you. The two have spoken today. Jawar tweeted and Bekele Gerba was interviewed by a news outlet. Before that, viewers, Football World Cup, where history is being made. Morocco has qualified for quarter-final stage, first African country to qualify for Football World Cup's quarter-final stage. Morocco beat Spain. Former world champion Spain was defeated by Morocco on penalty shootout. Morocco 3, Spain 0. And Moroccan mothers were seen celebrating the win with their player sons who played against Spain today. 7 teams have qualified for quarter-final stage so far. Argentina, Croatia, the Netherlands, France, Brazil, England, and Morocco. 8th team would be either Portugal or Switzerland. Match is underway between Portugal and Switzerland. While I'm recording this video, Portugal is leading 1-0. So let's see which team makes it to the quarterfinal stage, Portugal or Switzerland. In coming hour, it will be clear. So 8 teams will meet in a quarterfinal stage. Only one team from Africa, and that is Morocco. Now viewers, Oromia region of Ethiopia, where largest region in terms of population. A youth movement in this region played a key role in change of government in 2018 in this region, when Cairo youth protest movement, which started and later it was led by Jawar, led to dismantling of EPRDF, which was in power in Ethiopia from 1991 till 2018. EPRDF had to be dismantled. TPLF was removed from Addis Ababa back to Bekele. Prosperity Party came into being, but transition to democracy could not be completed. Once again, uprising in Oromia is starting. Opposition politicians who were put in prison in July 2020 after the death of Hachalo, a famous Oromo singer, were released at the start of this year. When PM Abiy granted them pardon, Jawar was released. Bekele Gerba was released from prison. They remained largely silent after the release. Both are from Oromo Federalist Congress, OFC, opposition party in Oromia. Bekele Gerba is from Valega. Jawar, I think, is from RC. The two have broken their silence. The two visited Europe, US and Canada a few weeks ago, where Jawar was restrained in his criticism of the government, but Bekele Gerba criticized the government during his appearances with Oromo diaspora. And that is why Bekele Gerba was delivered a message that he should not return to Ethiopia. So Bekele Gerba did not return to Ethiopia. He is not in Ethiopia because he was told that if he returned to Ethiopia, he would be arrested. He is outside Ethiopia. I think he is in Canada or US. Jawar returned, but he was losing his popularity in Oromia. People were accusing him of being in secret alliance with Ethiopian PM Abiy. And then a few days ago, he also departed Ethiopia, and last week he was in Kenya. So he isn't in Ethiopia, I think. Both Jawar, Bekele Gerba are outside Ethiopia. Now, when we are seeing uprising in Oromia with street demonstration, with student protests, Jawar and Bekele Gerba are speaking. Are they going to take on the government? Firstly, Bekele Gerba, who is from Valaga, and there is uprising in Valaga. Large number of Oromo civilians were killed there. Fano militia fighters entered Valaga from Amhara region. And yes, ethnic Amharas have also been killed in Valaga recently and in the past too. So Valaga is Bekele Gerba's constituency, and there is unrest in Valaga. Bekele Gerba was interviewed by a news outlet, Kosh Media, I think. And there, what he said was an indication of what Bekele Gerba intended to do. He said that doors for peaceful struggle had been closed. Very important word, viewers. So he, in a way, declared war on Ethiopian federal government, on Prosperity Party, you can say. He praised OLA. He said Oromo Liberation Army members are freedom fighters. OLA was declared a terrorist organization last year by Ethiopian parliament, both OLA and TPLF. TPLF is going to be restored as a political party. Why? Because in Pretoria peace agreement, TPLF and Ethiopian federal government agreed that TPLF would be reinstated as a political party. OLA is still a terrorist organization, but Bekele Gerba was all praise for Oromo Liberation Army in his interview. He talked about atrocities against Oromos. He talked about death, destruction, civilian killings in Valaga, and he called upon the people to be united in this struggle. So it cannot be clearer than that. Bekele Gerba is declaring war on Ethiopian federal government, not through political means, but through military means, it seems. What Bekele Gerba said, was it his personal opinion, or was it OFC's position about solution to problems in Oromia? Obviously, he is vice president of Oromo Federalist Congress. No statement from OFC. Is he going to resign from OFC, or is OFC going to back Bekele Gerba in his new approach, in which he seems to be standing with OLA? Bekele is from Valaga. OLA has its presence, significant presence in Valaga. In Valaga, people support OLA. So Bekele Gerba, it's difficult for him to go against Oromo Liberation Army. And now, when public mobilization is underway, when people are protesting, Bekele Gerba seems to be standing with Oromo Liberation Army. Secondly, Jawar spoke then. After Bekele Gerba's interview, Jawar tweeted, he is not in Ethiopia, he is outside, I think he's in Kenya. And Jawar said there is turmoil and anarchy in Oromia. Death, destruction, disintegration. Quote unquote. Words used by Jawar. Death, destruction, and possible disintegration in Oromia. He said hundreds are dying on weekly basis, thousands being displaced, drones raining bombs on innocent Oromo civilians. The transition went wrong. Regime made mistakes, and he said that he and others tried to advise the government to correct its course. Government did not. It exacerbated the situation. Now national pressure is needed to make the government change its course. Jawar spoke after Bekele Gerba's interview. Can we say that both Jawar and Bekele Gerba are on the same page? It's difficult. Jawar was criticized for being in secret alliance with PM Abiy's government. Did he speak? Because before his because Bekele Gerba already declared war, and Jawar had to speak against the government because Bekele Gerba is taking the lead. Difficult to say, but Bekele Gerba is openly declaring war on Ethiopian federal government. Jawar seems to be joining. We'll have to wait and see what Jawar's strategy would be. Both have huge following in Oromia. If they start backing ongoing protests in Oromia, we could see an uprising here, a street movement, student movement. That is what OLF, OLA, and members of OFC like Bekele Gerba are hoping. So coming days, coming weeks, very crucial for this region, Oromia, a region of Ethiopia, and for Ethiopian federal government. What happens in Oromia will have its impact on Addis Ababa, on Prosperity Party, on PM Abiy's government. Thank you for watching.